Yo, so what's going on, guys? My name is Pone. How you doing? We're playing a little bit of Medal of Honor 2010. I'm using that M24 sniper, and I go on one hell of a nice little sniper streak here soon. The server's a little slow, it's a little dead. There are a few subs in here, and it was basically just me and a few subscribers playing around a little bit. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're about to talk about the wrongdoings of man and lots of other things. Now, I got this article yesterday that was sent to me about this teacher, this woman who is facing some serious jail time because she had sex with her students. And I'm sitting here like, okay, what's the world coming to? Because to me, that sounds like extra credit. You know what I mean? I'm like trying to find a flaw in this, let alone why the fuck this bitch is going to get jail time for... Yeah, she's educating them. They learn how to hit that from the back. You know what? I applaud this bitch. And I'm thinking a little bit of what kind of system we live in when this kind of happens. Now, at first I'm like, oh god, why? Were they like 13? Are they learning this while watching SpongeBob? What's going on? And turns out these guys are 18 years old. It was basically the whole football team. It wasn't like one thing. She was having group orgies. She was like, you know what? All the wide receivers today, we'll do the running backs tomorrow. Sorry, kicker, you just don't have it. And I'm like, so she's going through the entire team, and she's doing group sessions with these guys. I mean, she's fucking all these guys at once. Which, to me, sounds like this bitch deserves a medal. And maybe some crutches. Because she's doing some heavy-duty, like, charity work right now. So I'm thinking to myself, what's going on? So apparently the kids snitch on it. Obviously they're going to brag about it. But this woman wasn't even, like, bragging rights worthy. She's maybe a 6 out of 10. She's not super hot. She's not like that fine, hot Miss Peterson who, you know, every guy wants to get a hold of them double D's. She's not some fine, really good-looking woman that everyone's going to brag about. She's just okay. You know, I don't know if she's even one of those ones that you want to brag about that you tapped because, you know, your friends may not think she's the hottest thing in the world. So she's a so-so average-looking woman. She's not really fine. But either way, she's doing group sessions with the team. And these guys started complaining. So a lot of the guys were like, you know what, I liked her. She's my favorite teacher. And there was this one kid, though, that was sitting there bitching the whole time, you know, just claiming all these injustices. He was like, I felt violated. And I'm like, bitch, that's the point. And he's sitting here whining the whole time. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, seriously, you're all sitting there having time with your teacher. And then they got to go to jail for this. Now, what you guys... It's crazy because these kids are 18. So these kids are of age. These are adults on adults. This is allowed. But apparently where she's from, it's illegal for the teacher to have sex with the kids. And I understand how that... I mean, you can choose favorites or... You know, a BJ for an A or something. You know, that shit has always been a problem. And it's a growing problem. But jail time? Motherfucker, fuck all that. She doesn't deserve prison for doing sex. Since when is sex... No, seriously, no. I've seen these teachers losing jobs for posing in bikinis on Facebook or something. I mean, I've seen some crazy shit. And shit is just getting out of control nowadays. But... You know, and I don't understand why these guys are crazy. And one guy was violated about it, and he was complaining. Shut up, phone. And they were all sort of upset. And I picture these kids here, you know what I mean? They're all taking a train. So there was the kid that was complaining. He said he felt violated and used, and that this was an ongoing thing. There were 4 times he could account that had at least 5 guys doing these group sex orgies. So I'm like, dude, you're complaining after she done gave you sex. So not only are you complaining about that shit, the problem is if you felt so violated, how were you there for 4 of the times where you all were doing that? It doesn't sound like you were violated, sir. It sounded like you were enjoying it. So right there, I would have just thrown the whole case right out the fucking window. Because if he went back for seconds and thirdsies, obviously there's something there he likes. He is not feeling forced against his will to get a little vagina. And these guys are all sitting there. You can see it, man. They're tagging each other, and you know what? You're up next. They're having fun. They're getting in what they need to get done. And it's just insanity. I mean, you know, and it was visual. They showed a video of it because one of them pulled out their phones. You know, technology nowadays. He wanted to classify that. And so it showed the visual, and the jury's just sitting there like, what the fuck's going on? And you know, and it describes the one kid sitting there getting head, and then there's another guy balls deep behind her, ready to tag in the other guy. And I'm like, what's going on, man? I mean, where's the flaw in this? And they're living every kid's dream. That's exactly what a high school wants to happen. And I'm sitting here thinking about this, and these guys are sitting there, you know, they're like, oh yeah, man, we just fuck Miss Peterson right here. That's not a real name. I don't remember her name. Brittany, I think it was. Some fucking whore name. But, you know, they're sitting there doing it. I'm like thinking to each other, you know, they're just high school students. They're all doing something together as a team. And, you know, I'm expecting them to be sitting there like high-fiving each other, talking about when Medal of Honor Warfighter drops, you know, just chilling out. And they're all getting some vagina out of it. They're all getting their weenie sucked. where's the problem in this? And I know this sounds weird in the commentary for me, but I think this is wrong. Now, this is where it gets really fucked up. This girl faces like 4 or 5 counts of 2 to 20 years in jail. 2 to 20 years for that shit. They are of age. If she lost her job and was never allowed to be a teacher again, I'd let that slide. But prison time for group sex, come on, guys. Man, there's a line somewhere, and in front of that line is where every kid wants to be. And the fact this one kid is complaining and, oh, she did me wrong. You know, he probably got upset because he wasn't invited back because he's got a small dick or something. There's got to be some reason where he's all butthurt about it, because I have never in my life heard about a man complain about vagina, especially one that is of age. You know, I've seen that shit where, you know, that's all messed up. And you've seen where students got in trouble with having sex with the kids, and they're like 15 or 16 years old. Now, a lot of people frown on that. And then I get mad at this motherfucker because he's just not appreciative. He's not understanding that he got free vagina, and all his friends got free vagina. They got handouts, man. Numerous hands out. You know, that's sex. I mean, what's wrong with that? Now, the thing that I'm worried about is, why are you going to snitch on a teacher? Because now this kid has to be the most hated guy in the country right now because he done fucked it up for everybody else. That's one of those catches, you know. That's that fish that you toss back because she's doing good. You know what I mean? So you done fucked it up for every other kid, every other football star, and that, you know what, the next generation is like, you know what, if you were just here a year earlier, man, you had that dick sucked. So I think they just really messed it up for everybody else. Those kids need to be taken, outshot, you know, out back and shot. That's just crazy. And then the other 4 kids that were involved in most of them, they were like, you know what, I like that. I like ejaculation. And I'm sorry, man. I know this is an extremely weird, perverted thing, but I think in a country where, you know, laws are completely out of control, there's some bullshit. I had some issues with me back in the day where I was a minor and there was nothing can happen, and my word didn't mean shit. And these guys are of age and they're complaining about vagina. My teacher touched me, and I liked it, but I'm gonna snitch on it anyways because I want this shit to go viral. And I don't understand, you know, the incentive of snitching on this teacher. They fucked it up for everybody else. It basically shows they're a pussy, because who would complain about vagina ever? They were all taking turns. They were running the choo-choo on the teacher girl. And I don't know, it's just where I am. I'm sorry this commentary went on for so long, but you guys know what I'm talking about. What would you do? If you were involved in a massive orgy with your teacher over and over again, would you snitch on her? I mean, would you brag about it? Let alone, would you take her to court? I mean, if it slipped out somehow because the video went out there and people heard about it, that's cool, right? Those are going to be the coolest kids in school. That teacher's going to be badass. And, you know, that's where it should have ended. Now, this woman is looking like she can end up a life sentence in jail because she fucked like 5 18-year-olds. How? How? Even if they were like 15, they should be like 2 years max or something. But that's just where I stand. I think some of this shit's a little fucked up. People are overreacting. And I don't know. Let me know what you guys say. I mean, I know it's inappropriate for a teacher. But, again, I don't understand why people complain about it. I don't know. I don't know. I understand her losing her job because that doesn't reflect the school properly or the teachers and everything like that. But the one thing that it really, really bothers me is the fact that she could be serving jail time for having sex with another adult, which is fully legal. Hey guys, be sure to check out the recent video below. You guys can click on the screen or check in the description below for all of the links. It is a recent Medal of Honor trailer. If you have not checked it out, it's worth watching. You can see a little bit of what's coming out of Warfighter. Make sure you click that subscribe button. It is an awesome thing to do to become part of the Pwn Starmy. And if you want to keep up to date with me, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, check it out, and remember to leave a like. It helps out the channel a lot. Peace out, guys. Get it.